and welcome. Hello, everybody. This is Jack from tofluency.com. Welcome to this English lesson where we're going to talk about the number one reason why you might not be fluent in English right now. So I'm actually going to get into this quite quickly and give you the number one reason and then help you overcome this. Okay. What I'm about to say might be a little bit controversial. Some of you may agree. Some of you might not agree. But this is based on my experience of teaching hundreds, thousands of English learners here on YouTube, one-to-one lessons, when I was in Spain, reading thousands of emails. I read about 100 emails every day. So I know the problems learners like you have, and I have come up with the number one reason why you might not be fluent in English, okay? Let's see who is here live. And by the way, if you want to join this live chat in the future, you need to do this. If you're watching the replay, you need to firstly subscribe to the channel. If you are new, welcome to you. And then notification crew. Click that bell and get notifications. So you should receive an email if you ask to get notifications. Let's see who is here. Yasser is here from Algeria. Sammy from Germany. Trang is here. Fabio from Brazil. Jefferson from Brazil. Marce from Uruguay. Luis, Costa Rica. Have you taught English in school? How many years? I taught for 2 years in Spain. A lot of other people are joining. Miss you, Jack. What do you mean? I made 4 videos last week. I made 4 videos, but maybe you missed me over the weekend. It is Monday today. What country are you from? I am from the UK, but I live in America. Okay, so we're going to talk about the number one reason why you're not fluent in English, okay? And before we do that, again, get my book, The 5-Step Plan for English Fluency. It's free to download, and it goes through 5 steps to help you become fluent in English, or 5 steps to help you reach a high level of English. Fluency is a strange word to use, but I'm going to use it to mean a C1 level of English, which just means that you can understand nearly everything you hear and you can have conversations in a natural way. So when I say fluency, I mean conversational fluency, a C1 level using that European framework. Let's just see the comment section. A lot of people are joining. Do you want to come to Germany? I've been a few times. I think 5 times to Germany. Aidana is here from Kazakhstan. How long have you been teaching English? 9 years, I think. I'm a Polish guy living in the UK. I can understand you almost 100%. Where can I download this book, Jack? I'll give you the link in the comment section. There you go. To fluency.com/5-step plan. Or you can just simply go to book as well. So you'll be able to download it there. For those watching the replay, there is a link in the comment section. You look pale today. Are you okay? I'm doing fantastic today. It's a little bit grey outside. I think it's the camera. I look a little bit pale, but that's fine. Okay, I want to start the lesson as soon as possible and talk about the number one reason why learners don't become fluent in English. It's very simple. And the answer is on your screen now. So, this is the answer. This is what I believe. They don't want it enough. They don't have the desire to do what they need to do to reach a high level. They don't want to become fluent in English enough. They don't have enough desire. Okay, now I think this is going to be quite controversial. I think some of you right now are thinking, well, I'm not fluent in English and I really, really want to become fluent in English, okay? And I'm going to talk about this a little bit more in this lesson. And hopefully, this is going to help you. This will help you get more desire and then really know what you need to do to reach that high level, that C1 level of English. Okay, so again, if you're just joining, the number one reason why learners don't become fluent in English is because they don't want it enough. They don't want it enough. They don't have enough desire to learn English. They don't have enough motivation to learn English. They don't have enough drive. I'm thinking of different words. Drive to learn English. So we can talk about here a few things, and I'll put this in the chat. Motivation, desire, drive. Okay? Thank you for being here, Flora. Thank you for being here. So what we're talking about is that the reason why people don't become fluent in English is because they don't have enough desire or drive or motivation. They don't want to do it badly enough. Okay. So, Mr. Vozinek says, I need motivation to learn English. Safa, I like your accent, Jack. Thank you. Okay, so I'm going to actually tell a couple of stories now. So let me bring this up. Story time. Let's do story time. And I'm going to tell a story. I'm going to talk about me, and I'm going to talk about one of my friends. I'm going to talk about my friend first, okay? Now, Andrew, if you're watching, I'm using you as an example in a positive way. Okay, so I have a friend called Andrew, and I hope he doesn't mind that I tell this story about him. If he does, doesn't matter. Okay, so when I was at school with my friend Andrew, we grew up together. And he always talked about animals. He was obsessed with animals. First it was dinosaurs, and then just other animals after that. I don't remember when he first said that he wanted to become a vet. Okay, a vet. I'll put this in the comment section too. A few people are agreeing. Fantastic. Vet. So, he always wanted to be a vet, from what I can remember. And he applied for one of the best vet schools, one of the best universities to become a vet, but he didn't get in. He didn't get into this position. So some people at this stage, they say, okay, what I'm going to do is go to a different university, or what I'm going to do is do something else. But what he did was he took a year to get experience, to do some training, and then he applied again. And he got in the second year. To become a vet and to go through university is very difficult. And I remember how committed he was to studying about this. Then he didn't want to just become any kind of vet. He wanted to become a vet at a school. Sorry, a vet at a zoo. He wanted to work at the zoo. And I'll put this in the comment section. The zoo. So he had to take further training. He had to do different exams. He had to go to a foreign country to learn about how to do this. And there could have been so many times when he said, oh, this is too difficult. I'll just become, an everyday vet to look after cats and dogs. But he kept going. He continued doing this. And the reason why, we haven't spoken about this, but the reason why was because he really wanted to become a vet. So when he had challenges, he overcame these challenges. When he, failed, when he didn't get into university, he change what he was doing. He got the experience he needed and applied again. So throughout university, when he went to, when he did a course after university, when he applied for university, when he applied for jobs, he had this desire to become a vet in a zoo. And that's what he has done. That's what he has done. So he has had the desire to do this. Now, in my case, I wanted to create an online teaching business. I want to help as many English learners as possible. And there have been many times when I have failed, when things have gone wrong. For example, when Google stopped showing my website when people searched for learning English. When I first started this YouTube channel, 30 people watched my first video. And I could have given up then. When I created my course, only a few people signed up. When I did one-to-one lessons, only a few people signed up. But I have had this strong desire and motivation, and I really want to do this. Therefore, I have overcome obstacles. People told me not to do it. Okay? People said that's not going to work, but I did it anyway because I really wanted to do it. And as you learning English, you need to be able to want this enough. You need that desire to overcome obstacles, to overcome challenges, to continue even though it can be difficult, to continue even though this is hard, okay? Even when you think this is so difficult, to continue. So I'm going to look at some examples. And these examples, this is what a lot of people say all the time. Let's have a look at what people say. Firstly, I don't have enough time. Have you, let me know in the comment section, have you said this? I don't have enough time to study English. I don't have enough time to learn English. Have you said this before? Let me know in the comment section now. I don't have enough time to study English. Let me know in the comment section. And while I'm waiting for your answers, yeah, a vet is an animal doctor. A vet is an animal doctor. Very good. Great comment here. Difficulties are part of the process. Got someone from Brazil here. So have you said, I don't have enough time to learn English. I don't have enough time to study English. Have you said this before? Let me know in the comment section. There is a little delay. So when I speak, it's about 30 seconds later you hear this. Autumn says sometimes. Hassan, I've said it a lot. Mesut, I'm going to help you with that in a second. Summer, yes. Ahmed, I always say that. So, no, I don't say that. Cool, never. Yes, I used to say this sentence before. I study English, but I have a bad feeling when I practice speaking skills. I'll help you with that soon. I'm going to talk about I have no partner to practice speaking. Fabio, I wake up very early to study. Actually, right now I have time. Even though I study, I'm not making progress. Never. Yes, a lot. Yes, I have. Everyone has time, but they're not organized. Very cool. So my thought on this, if you say, I don't have enough time to study English, it just means that it's not a priority right now for you. And this is it can be a sensitive subject because if you have family, if you have a job, if you're at university, if you have other commitments, then this is going to take your time. But if you actually say it's not a priority right now, then it helps you make it more of a priority. And if you don't have enough time, it means you don't have that desire to find time for it. Even if it's just 10 minutes a day, 15 minutes a day, an hour a day. There are so many ways that you can look at your calendar, your schedule, and find more time to learn English. Now, in my case, I've said before, I want to learn French. But I haven't done hardly any French this year. And it's because I don't want to learn French enough. Other things are more important for me. Okay? And that's the number one reason. If I really wanted to learn French, I would do it instead of doing this YouTube video. I would do it as soon as I woke up in the morning. I would listen to podcasts when I drive home. I would listen to podcasts, French podcasts, in the gym. But I don't want to do it enough. I don't have enough desire to learn French. And I'm honest with myself when I say that. People are also saying a lack of confidence is sometimes a problem. If you want to do something, if you have huge desire to do it, if you really want to do it, then you will find ways to overcome this lack of confidence. That's why I say this is the number one reason why. I love this comment. I listen to English while ironing. It's one of the best times to do it. It's a really good time to do it. Okay, so that's the number one thing. When people say I don't have enough time, it's because you don't have enough desire to find the time to do it. Here's another one. I don't have anyone to speak with. Have you said this before? I think you have, because I get so many emails and comments from people who say this. I don't have enough time. Am I showing this? Yeah, I don't have anyone to speak with. Have you said this before? Have you said this before? Just a quick yes or no in the comment section. And by the way, other questions, save them for the end of the lesson, because I'm going to answer your questions at the end of the lesson, like Andres's question, Ahmed question as well. Thu says, no, I have. Very cool. Yes. So people are saying that they say, I don't have anyone to speak with. I see this all the time. Like Sai says it here. Linda says yes. Abia talks to the mirror. Shanann says yes. Luckily, I have lots of people to speak with every day. Fantastic. Yes, yes. Julia, no. Fantastic. So a lot of people say, I don't have people to speak with. And if you say this, okay, then if you want to learn English enough, you will find someone. If you have the desire to learn English, you will find someone. So for example, you will save money to buy lessons with a teacher, or you will find someone in your local area to practice with, or you will join a language exchange. Again, when you're learning a language, you're going to come into all these different problems. All these problems that if you solve them, you're going to make progress. So if you say, I don't have anyone to practice with, then what are you doing to find someone? Can you spend money on it? Can you spend your time helping someone who wants to learn your language and do a language exchange? Are you making friends online with people? Are you going to places in your city or town where English speakers hang out? Are you thinking about different ways that you can speak more English with people? So if you really want to learn English, then you'll overcome this problem. You'll overcome this problem. Okay? So that's another thing people say. But again, the number one reason, this isn't the number one reason why you're not learning. The number one reason is because of desire, lack of desire and ambition, and motivation. The next one is this. I keep making mistakes. This is what people have said, like, I don't feel confident, or I keep making mistakes. I keep making mistakes. Have you said this before? Have you said this before? And again, if you have other questions, save them for the end. Let's keep this focused on the topic today. So have you said this? I lack confidence. I keep making mistakes. Aitor, good to see you here. Thank you for joining. Jessica says, I am in love with myself. That's such a wonderful comment. Thank you for leaving it. Why have you not got live conversation with us? It is not possible. I don't know. Do you mean this kind of conversation? Denise is here. Good to see you. Milat says yes. Julie says, I'm very shy to talk. It's terrible. This is a huge, well, not a huge problem. This is a problem that a lot of learners have. But again, if you have that huge desire to learn English and to have a high level, then you're going to find ways to become more confident. I'll talk a little bit about that at the end. Feel shy when get basic mistakes. I'm not afraid of making mistakes at all. Yes, it's very stressful. Yes, I have, and the worst mistake is always my pronunciation. Evhead says yes as well. Come and join the conversation, everyone. And if you're enjoying this lesson, thumbs up and share it. Share it with your friends. Your voice is great. Thank you. Rihai says, I'm very shy. Okay, so again, if... there's a couple of people. Many times, that's my life. I'm never afraid to make mistakes because for me, the important thing is to understand each other. Speak alone, it helps a lot to yourself to learn English. Cool. Okay. So we're talking about that people say, I keep making mistakes. I feel shy. I'm not confident. But if you had that strong desire and that motivation, and if you really, really want to learn English, then you're going to find ways to overcome this, to realize that making mistakes is wonderful if you learn from them. For example, I had a quiz that I shared recently, and it's about phrasal verbs. And it always interests me to read the comments from those who took the quiz. So I remember one comment was, I got 9 out of 10. I got 9 correct and 1 wrong. I feel terrible. I feel terrible that I didn't know that phrasal verb. But I said to this person, this is good because you have learned another phrasal verb. You've learned something new. And learning English is all about learning new things, to learn new things all the time. So if you have a lack of confidence, if you feel shy, then if you have that desire to have that high level of English, if you are obsessed with it, if you have that obsession where it's the number one thing you want to do, then you're going to find ways to overcome this problem. Now, very quickly, know this. A lot of English speakers are shy and they're not always confident about speaking. For example, I went to a dinner party last night at a neighbour's house and I was a little bit shy at first. Okay? This is normal. People are shy when they speak, but if you have that desire, then you're going to overcome this problem. You're going to learn about how to do this. Okay. Here's a comment from Lana. Many people are lazy. They want somebody to give them motivation, knowledge, and so on. At first, we must struggle with our laziness and then learn languages. Yeah, good comment. Really good comment. A lot of the time, what I see is this. People underestimate how many hours it takes to get better at a language. So they think it's going to be easy when they get started. They realize it's difficult and then they give up. But again, if you have that desire, if you are obsessed with this, then you're going to continue learning. It doesn't matter how many mistakes you make. It doesn't matter what happens. You're going to continue. So here's a comment on this. If you have the desire, you will make it work no matter what. If you have strong desire, if you are obsessed, if this is really important to you, you are going to improve your English and reach a high level no matter what happens, no matter your situation, no matter where you live, no matter how much money you have, no matter how many people speak English near you. If you complain about your situation, you're not going to improve. But if you have this willingness and desire and obsession to learn and to improve, then you're going to overcome these problems. Okay? So what I want to do now is to go through a couple of things to help you with this desire. Firstly, ask yourself why. Ask yourself why. Ask yourself why. Why do you want to learn English? Why is it important to you? Why is having a high level going to change your life? Keep asking yourself why, okay? And then use this motivation to stay consistent over the long term. So ask yourself why. Why am I doing this? Why is it important to me? And build that motivation and build that desire, and then become obsessed with achieving this goal. Scarlett says you are on the money. A great phrase to mean you're correct. Okay? Very good. Mohammed says, if I don't have a desire, why am I here? Well, maybe you do. I'm not saying that you don't have the desire to learn. Maybe some people have the desire to learn today and tomorrow and next week and next month, but then something happens so they stop learning. So it's fine to say, I have the desire, but the key is to do this over the long term. Lily says, how can I figure out, great phrase, when your live lesson starts? So I post on Facebook, and I also will send you out a notification, the notification crew. For example, I've just checked my email, and I got an email saying that the Fluency is live. So if you click that bell, then you will get a notification. You'll get an email. Or if you use the YouTube app, then you'll receive this on your YouTube app, your YouTube application. By the way, guess what I'm drinking? Guess what I'm drinking? Let's see. Okay, so going back to this, ask yourself why. Why do you want to learn English? Why is it important to you? Then make it more of a priority. So if it is important, make it a priority in your life. If it isn't important, that's fine. It's really fine. For example, I realized that French wasn't a priority in my life. My business, my family, my health. 3 things, okay? Health and fitness. So, for example, this year, I said my goals are 200,000 subscribers on YouTube We're at 40 something thousand. I wanted to get in the best shape of my life. I've lost 25 pounds on my family, and I've been spending really good time with my family over the last few months. Anything else is not a priority for me. So it's important to think about that if this is important to you, and asking yourself the question of why will help you realize that. Julie? Oh, Aitor. It is. It's mushroom coffee. Good guess. Mushroom coffee. It's beautiful. It's not protein. There's no protein in it. Okay, so go back to this. Why? Make it more of a priority. 2 quick tips. Okay, people are asking, how can I do this? Always be listening. ABL, always be listening. So, when it comes to time, what will help you is to listen to things in English while doing other things. And I know a lot of you do this. If you're not doing this yet, do it now. If you're doing it, listen more. You can't listen to enough things in English. Listening is just going to help you in a huge way. So, you probably have a smartphone. You probably take the bus or drive to work or to school. Listen while you're going to school or work. Listen while you're tidying the house. Listen while ironing, like someone said. Listen while exercising. Listen while you work to music in English. So always be listening. That's the number one thing. And then going back to speaking and not having enough people to speak with, you can also follow my method. Learn more about this at tofluency.com/speaking. Okay? tofluency.com/speaking. So firstly, listen to English phrases. Repeat these English phrases. Record your version and compare your version with the original. And then get long-term repetition. So again, if you say, I have no one to speak with, do this. Even if you have lots of speaking practice, do this as well. Listen to an English phrase. Repeat the English phrase. Record yourself saying this English phrase. Okay, and compare it to the original. Then get long-term repetition. You can find more about this method at tofluency.com/speaking, and I'll put it in the live chat as well. Okay, it's in the live chat for you. Okay, let's go back to the comment section real quick. This comment here is fantastic, by Q Hal. Run YouTube advertisements, you will reach 200,000 subscribers soon. So simple. Exactly. So this is the example of wanting something enough. So I have this goal for 200,000 subscribers on this channel. So what I'm doing is I'm looking at ways to reach that stage. This is one way. I can advertise on YouTube. So instead of spending my money on cable TV or eating in restaurants, I can spend it on advertising instead. So this is just an example. If you want something enough, you will get it. Okay, so let's go back to this. Just for those just joining, always be listening. Follow my method, which is listen to English phrases, repeat those phrases, record and compare, and get that long-term repetition. And for those who are not part of my program yet, I have this here, and I'll put the link in the comment section as well. If you're watching the replay, the link is in the description. But this is my Fluency program. You can get lifetime access to all materials and future materials. And it focuses on pronunciation and fluency. Here is the pronunciation tutorial where you get these 10 lessons. You get the transcript. You get the phrases to download as well. And then you get evaluations at the end of each of these lessons. So this is an example of connected speech and relaxed pronunciation. And I go through the lesson here, and then you get all the different drills that you can download and practice. Then I also have lessons based on conversations that my wife and I have. Look at my that's my daughter. She looks so young in that picture. But basically what I do is I give you phrases, about 100 for each conversation, that you can download, and then you can use my method to get long-term repetition. So I'm going to give you the flashcards as well, so you can get that long-term repetition. So you get downloadable phrases, you get these memory cards, you get speaking evaluations, and very soon you're going to get access to the forum and also grammar phrases. So I'm going to include phrases for the flashcards and downloadable audio based on should have, could have, and would have. Okay, let's go to the comment section. You can go to fluency.com/TFP to do that. Can you speak in an American accent, Jack? I'll try that very soon. How many hours do you recommend to study a week with your method? Okay, I recommend 15 to 30 minutes a day. At first, I recommend 15 minutes to start small and to build it up over time. And then, if you can do more, you can do more. But also get speaking practice and listen as much as possible. But the method I have is going to just help you in a huge way in terms of your fluency, your ability to say things without translating and without thinking about grammar rules. It's going to increase your vocabulary, and it's going to better help your pronunciation in a big way too. It's such a powerful method. So if you are interested, come and join. Come and join. Thank you for the kind comments. 2 hours a day. If you can do, the key is this, okay? So I'm saying that if you really want to learn English, you're going to do this on a constant basis, that you're going to overcome obstacles. However, starting small sometimes can help. If you want to just start 6 hours tomorrow and continue doing 6 hours, great. But the other option is to start small and to build it up over time. And the reason why I say 15 minutes a day is because the course I have is based on repetition. Repetition. So I'm going to give you a flashcard that might say, I'm excited about going to the party, right? So I'll give you this flashcard. And you learn it, you repeat it, you listen to yourself, I give you an evaluation, and you practice today. But then you're going to see that tomorrow again. And then 2 days later, 4 days later, because it's all about that repetition, but not repeating it every day, repeating it in a smart way. So if you do 500 phrases today, 500 tomorrow, 500 the next day, you're going to have to do thousands upon thousands of phrases every day. So my method is better when you start small and let this build over time, because it's all about repetition. Okay, it's all about repetition. Because that's how we master something, by repeating it. But first, I want you to be able to say it properly, if that makes sense. So go check out this program, to fluency.com/TFP. Now it's time for questions. Ask me anything. I'll just do a quick summary. And by the way, if you want something for free first, get this book. Okay? 5SP, but there we go. The 5-step plan for English fluency. If you want something for free first. But we're talking about the number one reason why learners don't become fluent in English. They don't want it enough. They don't have enough desire. They don't have enough motivation. It's not a priority. They're not obsessed with this. I told the story about me building my business and my friend becoming a vet. If you say, I don't have enough time, this is just an excuse. Because if you want to learn English enough, you will find time. If you say, I don't have anyone to speak with, that's not the real reason. Because if you are obsessed with finding someone to speak with, you will find someone. If you say, I keep making mistakes, I don't have enough confidence, I'm shy, that's not the number one reason. Because if you are obsessed with learning English, then you will find a way to become more confident. You will learn about this. You will find people to help you increase your confidence. You won't care about mistakes because you'll know that you can learn from them. So if you have enough desire, you'll make it work no matter what. Build your desire by asking yourself why. Why is this important? Make it more of a priority. Make English more of a priority. If it is important to you, always be listening. Have those earphones in your ears at all times. Follow my method, which is listen, repeat, record, and compare, and get long-term repetition. You can find out more about that to fluency.com/speaking, and then join this program to fluency.com/TFP. Okay, let's go to the comment section. People are telling me to cut my hair. Your short hair was prettier. I want to grow it. I want to be Jon Snow. I don't really, but I want to grow it a little bit longer. Parvana has a great question. When I build a sentence, I don't know how, or I don't know which word to use in a sentence because there are so many synonyms in English. What could you advise? To follow my method, because when you learn sentences, you're going to learn which words to use. Instead of trying to just create sentences by yourself, learn phrases that are commonly used. And then after a while, you'll be able to use them in a flexible way. For example, you can say, I'm excited about going to the party. Okay? You're really good at typing. Thank you. I was thinking that as I was typing. But I'm excited about going to the party. In the past, you might say, I was excited about seeing her. Or, she's been so excited about going there. She's been so excited about going there. They're going to be very excited about playing tomorrow. Okay? So you've got all these sentences here. I'm excited about going to the party. I was excited about seeing her. She's been so excited about going there. They're going to be very excited about playing tomorrow. When you get all these flexible sentences, and if you do this with 1,000, 2,000, 5,000 sentences, and you repeat them over the long term, then you'll be able to use them all in a flexible way and to know when to use excited. You'll know that we use it about after excited. That we use the ing, the ing, after about. And you can use these in the different tenses because if you learn 1,000 sentences, they're going to be different tenses. And after a while, these phrases will come out naturally. They'll come out naturally. So it will make a huge difference. So if you are struggling with this, this is why my method is going to help you. It's going to help you if you want to, be able to use these kind of phrases in a natural way. Okay, questions. Let's see. Can I translate while learning? Yeah, definitely. The key is this. To understand a sentence, you can translate it. You have to get the true meaning, however. It's important to get the true meaning. Because don't just translate word for word, translate a phrase. Once you understand the phrase, don't translate it. Repeat it in English. But translating can help you. I've never seen your wife, Zach. I like the name Zach. Check out my YouTube channel. My wife and I have had different conversations about travel, the future, sickness, houses, all these different things. Does your course help us learn grammar as well? Yeah, because of the reason I just explained. Learning grammar rules can help, but it won't help you be able to use the right grammar in the right situation. To do that, you need to repeat these sentences. Okay? So when I'm talking about these, I've been excited about going to the party. She's so excited about going there. Being able to say that sentence means that you're using the right grammar. And we want you to be able to understand grammar in a natural way. Not just the rules, but just so it feels right. So the method I have is focused on that. It's focused on that. How about making daily phrasal verb live videos? Thank you for the recommendation. Yeah, I've been making a lot more videos recently, and I've been really enjoying it. Phrasal verbs, they're really common. I prefer to teach these in context. Could you make a lesson about the past tense and future tenses? Check out my channel. I had a video on future tenses. Yeah, take a look. My problem is that I think in Albanian and translating in English, and sometimes what I say doesn't make sense. You'll overcome this over time. So the more you do, the more it will make sense to you. Are you learning another language? Yeah. I learned Spanish to quite a high level, and I'm building up the desire to do more Spanish. Again, it's all about priorities. Like for me, my business, my family, health and fitness, number 3, the top 3 priorities. Anything after that, it's difficult to find time. And I don't have the desire enough to find the time for it. This is why it's good to be honest with yourself and to say what is important to you and what isn't. Because if it's not important to you, you're not going to do it for the long term. How can we memorize phrases? By the method I just discussed. The digital flashcards. So you repeat the sentence 3 times today. You repeat it again tomorrow. 4 days, 8 days, 16, 32, 64, 128, 256, etc. So what you're doing is you're doing this over the long term. Hi Jack from Barcelona, Spain. Great part of the world. Can you make a lesson about wood? Yeah, I made a lesson about... I'll type some lessons in here, actually. Let's have a look. Bear with me. I made a lesson on would have, could have, and should have. I think I've made videos on would as well. The internet's really slow because my software to stream this live lesson, to give this live lesson, is too powerful. My internet browser is so slow because of that. But let's see if I can find it. No, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. I will obsess in learning English. Now you can say, I'm obsessed with learning English. Okay? Or I'm going to become obsessed with learning English. That's what you can say too. What does it mean to make sense? I can't use it in a sentence. So if I say, does that make sense? What I'm saying is, do you understand that? Is that clear to you? So you'll hear a lot of people, does that make sense? You can also say, it doesn't make sense. If someone says something and you say, that confuses me. It doesn't make sense. Or you can say, that makes a lot of sense. I'm starving, but I'll only have lunch when this video ends. Me too, I'm going to have lunch after this video. Let's, I was hoping my wife was going to come, but I haven't heard from her. I was hoping my wife and I were going to get some food. You're doing a great job, it's amazing. Please tell me how to reach an advanced level of English through advanced vocabulary. Okay. My opinion is this. Don't think about it in terms of basic and advanced vocabulary. Think about it in terms of what vocabulary is most commonly used. What phrases do I need to use? Because when you start thinking about advanced vocabulary, like, certain idioms, phrasal verbs, English that seems really advanced and academic, then your English might sound unnatural. It's so much better, for example, to say, hey, how are you? Hey, how are you? With the right intonation and stress and rhythm, and to say this clearly, rather than to say like, what's up? Or I get this a lot, what's up, bro? And people see this as like advanced English because it's slang. But it doesn't sound right. It doesn't sound right. So it's better to think about it in terms of what are called high frequency phrases. Phrases that are used in everyday English. And to learn these first before you start thinking about, advanced English. And then if you watch a TV show and there's something that you don't understand, look it up. If it's in a book you don't understand a phrase, look it up, understand what it means, and learn English in that kind of natural way. Is listening helpful? Yes, always be listening. Always be listening. If your browser is slow, just reset the settings. No, it's slow because for example, the software I'm using to do this live lesson is taking up 60% of my computer power. So it's just, the computer doesn't have the power to do it. You spend time for your top 3 priorities. Is it hard for you to hang out with your friends? Great question. So this is one of those things as well where there's no right or wrong answer. But what can you stop doing so you can spend more time learning English? Okay, it might be to stop going out on a Friday night. There's no right or wrong answer. You're going to have to decide this. Can you Australian style? G'day. Hello. Not really. Does reading help me improve my speaking skills? Yeah. So if you read, you're learning new words and phrases, you're learning grammar, and you're repeating words in your head. But if you want to focus more on speaking, then follow my method. This is the free version. This is the premium version, where you can follow a method that will actually help you in a very specific way to improve your English. Bro, why don't you read my comment? So this is what I mean, bro. Bro is one of those things that I don't quite understand. But did you leave another comment? I just don't see them all. Can you give me some important topic for IELTS speaking module? Just look it up. Look it up. Look up speaking topics. There's so much on it. There's so much on it. Go to YouTube and just say IELTS speaking examples, and you'll see all the topics there. I love that. I love when I give an example and someone says that comment that I talked about. Okay, any other questions before I go? Any other questions before I go? And if you are watching live, please like and share this. There are 122 people watching, which is fantastic. This is so much fun. Can you give me some tips to improve my writing skills? So with writing, I really like the idea of reading a lot, but then also copy. Just copy. So if you need to write for work, if you need to write emails, go to Google and say ESL email examples and just copy them down, and then you can go from there. You can go from there. Could you give me some tips to improve? I've just read that. What's the difference between coffin and casket? Very specific question. I don't know. I don't know if there is a big difference. Bro means brother. It does. It certainly does. I have a problem because I can't understand all words of my colleague English. Please help me. What do I do? Please, please, I'm Kurdish. Listen. Listen as much as possible. And know it's going to take time. Know that tomorrow it's not just going to help you, but what about in 6 months? If you listened to English 5 hours a day for 6 months, do you think you'll be able to understand people? Okay. In terms of means related to. Related to. I use it a lot. So it's like saying, you know, for this example, related to. All right. On that note, I am going to go. But again, if you're new here, subscribe and click that notification bell. If you want something for free, go get my book, The 5-Step Plan for English Fluency. I talk about what we have talked about in this lesson a lot, to fluency.com/book. Then come and join the program. Get lifetime access to all materials and future materials. It focuses on pronunciation and fluency. It will help you learn vocabulary and grammar. You get downloadable phrases, memory cards, speaking evaluations, and coming soon, a forum and lots of phrases based on grammar lessons. So go check it out here, to fluency.com/TFP. Okay, thanks again for watching. I'm going to grab some lunch now. Yeah, go check out those links. There are links in the description too. So I'll see you all in the next lesson. And yeah, bye for now. Have a great day. Just waving. Because when I say stop streaming, it doesn't always stop in the right time. So just waving.